Hello, students. So in this lesson, you're going to be asked to find text features and to also figure out how does understanding the text features allow you to get a better gist of what the text is about. So I have chosen one of our Scholastic Scope articles, and this one is entitled Frozen Dreams. So I'm going to demonstrate what is expected of you once you are doing your article. So the first text feature that I see when I look at my article, Frozen Dreams, I noticed the headline, Frozen Dreams. So the headline or the title of my article is called Frozen Dreams. And this headline, it looks like it's carved out of ice. That's one of the first things that I noticed. I also noticed that the illustration or the drawing of one of the persons or the character within this narrative nonfiction is that he has some sled dogs that you guys can see here, and they are looking like they're running through a lot of ice based on the pictures that I'm noticing. And because of this, it makes me wonder, what will my text be about? Though, as I look through my article, I noticed that there are lots of um, subheadings. This would be considered our introduction, as it's the first part, which usually gives us a brief idea of what our text will be about. Then, as I look further, I can see a subheading here. So this would be what would be considered to be our subheading. And our subheading basically it separates the different things that the author wants to tell us about. And as I preview my text, I also notice that it has information that's going to help me to comprehend my text. Like it has a caption. A caption is when you have a photograph, and within the photograph, there is a brief description of what the photo is and how this helps me. It helps me to understand what exactly is this photograph about. Then I look at another caption here that shows me that here I will know that the person on the far right is Henson. And it also tells me, what were they doing in this photograph here in 1910. As I scroll through, I also notice that there are bold words. These bold words or important words are words that the author wants us to focus on. By knowing what these bold words mean, it'll help us to better understand our article. So one of the things that I would do, I would go ahead and I can highlight all my bold words because these are words that I need to know. Having knowledge of what these words mean, it's going to better able me to understand what my text is about. Next, I also noticed in my text, because as I preview, is this amazing sidebar. So a sidebar is also a text feature. And what this text feature within the sidebar does, it tells me, you know, that if I was to be with Matthew Henson in the North Pole, these are some of the things that I would be going through in a day-to-day life. For example, the conditions, it's in the Arctic, so it would be extremely cold. It allows me to see, where would I sleep? What would I eat? How would I get something to eat? It told me how my sled would be made. It also shows me the type of clothing that I would require and also educate me that being in an Arctic condition will allow me to get things like frostbite. Now, what if I don't know what frostbite is? This is an opportunity for me to check out what these words mean. I also know that the sidebar or the author may have included a sidebar to help me better understand Henson's journey. Like, what was his journey to the North Pole like? Now, upon further observation, I noticed that there is a map, and this map allows me to understand where North Pole is located. So it shows me, where I would be on a globe. It shows me where North Pole is located. It also shows me that his trip. It shows me, his route. where he started from, as you can see highlighted here, to where he ended up. So I'm able to have a visual of, where did he start from in order to get through to the North Pole. Um, it also shows me the different animals that are in the North Pole, so I could have a visual of, what animals can I find in some place like the North Pole. It also gives me a little information here that says, Henson Prairie's final sled trail in Cape Columbia. It shows me, where they went. Looking back at all this, so looking through my article, I am going to go back, and I noticed also that, one of my first subheadings that I looked at, it was called, Kingdom of Ice. And this subheading here, Kingdom of Ice, that's very dramatic, meaning having the section or the subheading called Kingdom of Ice, it makes me feel or get an idea of what I'm about to read. Clearly it's going to be talking about a very, very cold place. So that's text features. This is us exploring our text features. As you guys read your books, I want you guys to focus on how does a text feature allow you to better understand your text. So before you read, make sure you're previewing your text to see how does the text feature within your informational text allow you as a reader to comprehend what the author is trying to teach you.